Welcome in to Ravens Rundown, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. On today's show, we'll go over the latest Baltimore Ravens news and rumors, those involving the likes of James Proche, Tyler Badie, and more. But before we get to that, I got to ask you, what is your favorite sports movie of all time? I wore this today because it's one of my favorite sports movies, the reference to The Replacements, pain heals, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever. What a fantastic film that is. So many great sports movies. Let me know. It doesn't have to be a football movie either. Tell me what your favorite movie, sports movie that is, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin with Justin Houston. Justin Houston is entering his 12th year in the National Football League. And if you go back to the month of May, the Ravens placed a free agent tender on Houston. And Houston looked pretty good in his time in Baltimore. A nice bounce-back season last year for him that included a grade of 77.8 according to Pro Football Focus. That was an improvement from the previous season in 2020 at 62.8. And with the situation that the Ravens find themselves in of inexperience when it comes to that part of the defense, Justin Houston seems like, as I've said for quite some time, a natural fit to bring back just for this year, to be a placeholder of sorts, that at this point in his career, he seems like a perfect option for that. Here's what Alex Kay of Bleacher Report had to say in regards to why the Ravens should bring back Justin Houston. He said, the Ravens would benefit most from Houston's presence early in the season. Tyus Bowser is still working his way back from a January surgery on his torn Achilles, and rookie second-round pick David Ojabo, who suffered the same injury at his pro day, may not be ready for the start of the campaign. Baltimore is mulling its options. The club brought in veteran Jason Pierre-Paul for a look earlier in June, but would be best served using $6 million it has in cap space to bring Houston in. He's comfortable with this defense and should be ready to hit the ground running if he's retained. Look, for me, it's twofold of why Justin Houston makes sense. It's not only just the fact that he's a really good football player and that he's had a great career, but the fact that he's been there and done that. When you have these younger players that are looking for that veteran presence, that voice, who better than Justin Houston to learn from? You look at his numbers the last 4 seasons, you can see he's still playing relatively good football. 2018, 9 sacks. 2019, 11 sacks. 2020, even in that down year that he had, still put together 8 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. And then last year in 2021, his numbers went up according to Pro Football Focus. The production side of things, 4.5 sacks, 6 TFLs, and 1 forced fumble there for Justin Houston. So got to know from you guys, is it time to go ahead and bring Justin Houston in? We're counting down to training camp. It's getting closer. Is it time to bring Justin Houston back to the Baltimore Ravens? I feel like it's going to happen. Will we see something go down? Let me know in the comment section. This is our pinned comment today. You're about to get an ad break. Take advantage of it while the ads play and get your votes in if the Ravens should re-sign Justin Houston. S for sign, P for pass. That's S for sign, P for pass. James Proche, he says he's determined to play a bigger role in the Baltimore Ravens offense. And when you look at James Proche, I think there's reason to feel like that he could be something special, that he could be a nice piece for this Ravens team. Here's what he said on the Ravens receiving room. Obviously, there's a lot of noise, a lot of bad, some good, around our receiver room. We just want to quiet the noise with our play, with how we carry ourselves every day. You most definitely pay attention to it, whether you want to or not. As a competitor, it does put a chip on your shoulder because you want to prove the doubters wrong. So, more on Proche in just a moment. Before we do, got a great deal just for my viewers of Ravens Rundown. If you go to chatsports.com/ball combo, that's BAL combo, then you will find a great deal that is 40% off these T-shirts. Look, it is hot outside, folks. You got to be wearing T-shirts, and you have to be representing your team. So why not get not one but two shirts here that we're offering right now while supplies last? 40% off, chatsports.com/ballcombo. Get yours today. You won't regret it. Just right in time for football season as well, so you can be looking stylish in your Baltimore Ravens gear. That's chatsports.com/ballcombo. Now, James Proche, he has shown some raw athleticism. He was involved in routes from the slot about 86.3% of the time, according to PFF. His 40 time is not the fastest, but not bad either, at 4.55. And you look at James Proche, this is somebody that was a sixth-round pick in 2020 out of SMU, has experience when it comes to punt returns. He was pretty solid there in 2020, but we've seen that the Ravens have adjusted where they want to shift his focus to being more of a receiver. And I think you can point to the best game that he had last year was back on Week 16 against the Cincinnati Bengals. 7 catches for 76 yards. So James Proche is somebody that I think we're going to be talking about in increased role with an inexperienced Ravens receiver group. James Proche is going to be somebody that's going to have his name called upon more. So, with that said, do you guys think James Proche will have a big year? Will we see him take that next step up? Could he be the slot receiver that the Ravens need him to be? Let me know in the comment section. Y for yes, N for no, if you're buying into James Proche in 2022. That's Y for yes, N for no. Let's talk about Tyler Badie now. The Ravens' 6th-round selection. He received some high praise from offensive coordinator Greg Roman. And here's what Roman had to say in regards to Badie. The movement skills are really good. You saw a few jump cuts he made there. Saw him out of the backfield a couple of times. So I'm starting to see some real versatility there. We'll see how it goes once the pads come on. I mean, we're working hard. We're getting a lot done. But we are running around in shorts. When the pads come on, then you get a true indication. More on Tyler Badie in just a moment. Before we do, want to make sure that you are subscribed to Ravens Rundown. We're bringing you content each and every day here on the channel as we count you down to training camp, and then all the way to kickoff. We will cover this team in every way possible when it comes to free agent signings, trades, rumors, news. Everything will be covered like no one else will. So go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't already. Turn those notifications on. Make sure your friends are subscribed to the channel as well. YouTube.com/RavensTV. It's YouTube.com/RavensTV to subscribe today. For me, when I look at Tyler Badie, it's one of those things that just didn't make sense, how a guy like him could fall all the way to the 6th round. He was a steal. I mean, look at what he did at Mizzou, folks. I mean, just this past season, 2nd team All-American. All-American. That means that he was one of the best running backs in the entire country. 1st team All-SEC. And on top of that, he set the University of Missouri's single-season rushing record this past year with 1,604 yards. Unbelievable, the numbers that Tyler Badie put up. And one thing that I would point to, too, when you look at his career statistics of his time there at Missouri, you see last year, the 1,600-yard season. The other 3 years that he played, although the average yards per carry was solid and it wasn't earth-shattering necessarily of the yardage or touchdowns he put up, for me, I look at, for a guy that played 4 years, his wear and tear isn't really that limited here. Realistically, you're looking at somebody in Tyler Badie at Missouri who only played 1 full year as a full-time starter. So he's got fresh legs, essentially. One of the things that we focus on so much when it comes to running backs to the National Football League is their wear and tear. How much have they been used? And sometimes guys, while they're in college, are already been worked. They've already been overused. So for a guy that's played 4 years like Tyler Badie has, and to really just have that one season where he had a big load, and it was pretty impressive, to me, I think that's a steal that you have somebody that's fresh like that in Tyler Badie, quite personally. Now, his role, we'll see what it looks like because you have Gus Edwards, you have J.K. Dobbins, you brought in Mike Davis from the Atlanta Falcons, and then there's still Justice Hill there as well. So just getting on the field is going to be tough. But if he gets the opportunity on the field, I think Tyler Badie could surprise some people here. If he gets the opportunity to be out there, I can see him rushing for over 200 yards this season as your number 3 back if the opportunity is given to him. Will that happen, though? I don't know if he'll get the opportunity to prove himself because the Ravens are so loaded at running back. So our final question before we go today, does Tyler Badie, does he get the opportunity? Will he go over 200 yards rushing as a rookie? If so, type O for under. If you think that's not going to happen, then go with U for under. O for over, U for under in our comments section. O for over, U for under. Let me know.